How is the country going to absorb the shocks of World Bank cutting funding to Uganda because of the Anti-Homosexuality Act? World Bank has been funding many projects in all sectors of this country, and their decision to stop funding is definitely going to affect the 2023-2024 national budget.
The moment of truth has come. World Bank has said for the existing projects they will continue. But the new projects and those which we have been working on are going to be halted. So what this means, the budget we did in financial year 2023-24 had elements which have been affected. Greater Kampala metropolitan area, among other projects which are funded, which were to be funded by the bank. So we are thinking, we are still gathering ideas about what to do in line with adjusting the budget. But this requires approval by Parliament. So we shall be coming back to you. We are at the same time we are negotiating with the World Bank. Should we fail to agree, then we shall make some decisions on the budget.
Honorable Asman Basalirwa, the mover of the controversial anti-homosexuality bill, which is now an act, has accused World Bank for double standards. According to him, the government of Uganda has passed more harsh laws which violate the rights of Ugandans, like the Public Management Act, among others, but they did not come out then.
I like the issue of double standards. Uganda is on record, the NRM government is on record for introducing some of the most harsh laws in different aspects. I will cite one example. The Public Order Management Act has literally taken away association freedoms in this country. When you look at the Anti-Terrorism Act, it has in one way or the other had implications on human rights and freedoms. Now, the World Bank decides to treat gay rights as more superior to other rights. And that's where the problem is.
The legislator says government should not panic if World Bank decides to take away its funding, because no country has ever fully developed using World Bank loans, since 40% of the loan goes back to World Bank.
But also, and more fundamentally, there aren't many countries in the world that have developed on the basis of loans from World Bank. There aren't many. And anybody can come and give us examples that country X was so badly off, but because of the loans from World Bank, they have now reached middle income, or they are now first class. So it's also important for us to understand it from that premise. But Ugandans should also know that World Bank has a strategy. They will give you a loan, and almost 40% will be retained in supporting technical people, monitoring and the like.
Members of Parliament, on the other hand, have advised government that now is the time for discipline as far as negatory expenditures are concerned. These have also called for the revision of the just passed budget to find alternative budgeting for projects like the Kampala Metropolitan Project, which is one of the projects going to be affected with World Bank's decision.
There is a lot of money that is being wasted in corruption and embezzlement. We have just had money that was for, recently we had a problem with the money that was for COVID, 4.2 trillion. We have had money that has not been collected on gold, around 1 trillion. We have had money that has been lost in different projects. There's a lot of embezzlement and corruption in this country. All we need to do is to curtail the embezzlement and corruption, and also cut down on our operation expenditures, multiple cars, offices, duplication of activities by different, you Minister of Agriculture, then you find NARO, then you find NADS, then you find Operation Wealth Creation. We shall just cut down the duplication.
We long suggested that we needed an open heart surgery on the economy of Uganda and the way we manage it. Open heart surgery, because we are wrong on many perspectives. We are like fellows who went to a supermarket, okay? and collect whatever you want and put on the trail. Then you reach the counter, you have no money to pay. Then you say, can you lend me? You in the line, can you lend me? This is how the economy works. Therefore, the World Bank thing, I don't go for their motive. I mean, look at the budget, you look at the figures. You budget 49 trillion, effectively your cash collection at 38. But next year you come back and now say, we want a budget of 50-something trillion. What kind of fellows are we? You look, these are figures you have. So we've been wrongly budgeting, giving a country false information, and now let this bring us back on earth. And even the president bragging around, I've grown the economy, people are okay, people everything. Let him come back to the economy and then people know this guy's been lying to them.
The World Bank making a decision not to lend to Bank of Uganda will have some effects on the country. One, Bank of Uganda loans, World Bank loans are usually low interest loans and payable on a longer term basis. So once they decide not to lend to us, it means some of our operations, especially development expenditure, will be affected.
In his letter to Ugandans, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni promised that the country will reduce on borrowing and not give in to pressure from foreign institutions. He has promised for alternatives in case World Bank decides to effect its decision. Samula Hanifah, SMART24 TV, Business Today.